Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. Today we will continue my wardrobe decluttering series. That's why I'm sitting here on the side of the screen so that I can later insert here some clips of me trying on my clothes. Today we will go through my shirts and blouses. I was kinda into shirts, maybe more casual shirts back in 2010s or in the later part of 2010s, but then I wasn't really loving them until recently. I have started enjoying them more. Not those casual shirts though, but now I do enjoy more blouses. They can be worn on every day, they can be worn to office, they can be worn to date night and other sorts of special occasion. And also they can be worn throughout the entire year. They are just great versatile pieces and I really do enjoy them. I think they look kind of smart, they make me look put together. It's one of my favorite parts of my wardrobe now. Also, if there is a category of tops where I like to introduce some color or print to my wardrobe, it's blouses for sure. Typically, I do prefer my sweaters and other knitwear and also some other basics like tank tops. I do prefer them in neutrals, or if I'm going to pick something colorful, color that is close to being neutral. That being said, I don't want to have too many pieces in this category because the more I have them, the more confused I get. So in future, I maybe want to be a little bit more careful with what I get. My goal would be to have 10 pieces in this category. I was actually able to declutter my collection from 18 pieces down to 10. From now on, it's going to be one out, one in for sure. I kept some that I might end up decluttering later. Okay, so let's start going through this. First is this shirt from H&M. It is a white linen and cotton blend shirt, and this one I'm going to keep. However, I'm going to say a couple of things about it. So first, this is the only piece in this category that I kept that need steaming or ironing. The more pieces I have that need steaming, the less likely I am actually going to do that, and then a huge part of my clothes, so basically all that needs steaming, don't get enough wear. However, I do really love a basic white shirt. Pure white is something that I have decluttered from my wardrobe completely, with the exception of this shirt. I just think a basic shirt in pure white, it's such a staple, and also because this one is a natural material, it looks a little bit softer. This one is also a little bit see-through, so I think it works pretty well. But if I do have like a really plank pure white top, it just looks so bad on me. So I definitely do avoid the color nowadays, but this one I do really like and I want to keep. So next we do have a blouse. This one is from Selected Femme, but I actually thrifted it in the beginning of the year. So it is in ivory and it is really thin material. This kind of blouses I absolutely love. I had wanted to find a blouse in this color, so I'm happy I was able to find one from a thrift store. I do really like this, so I'm keeping it. Okay, so next we do have this light beige blouse. This one is from Vila, but I thrifted this one also in the beginning of this year. And this one has a V-neck and this wrap design on front of it. I will say though, I need to consider what kind of bottom I am going to wear with a blouse like this, because typically I do like blouses that are a little bit longer and they can be tucked in or they can be just worn down with skinny pants. This one I still need to kind of think about what I'm going to pair it with. However, I really do love this color. The color was what I fell in love with. Yeah, definitely going to keep this one. Here we do have a blouse that I thrifted last fall, and this one unfortunately was a little bit of a miss. So sometimes at the thrift store the lighting is not the best, especially in the fitting room. This one is kind of like a cool toned blushy pink and it's just not the best color on me. Also, this one has this lace detail on the sleeve and there are actually holes in there, so not the best purchase. This one is from H&M. I will say I did wear this for a couple of times. I wore this at my daughter's birthday party last December, and it was great for that. I wanted to have a top in similar sort of color to her dress, and then I also wore this on one video that I filmed earlier this year, but yeah, this one I'm going to declutter. And here we do have another H&M blouse that I thrifted last fall. It was the same day that I thrifted the previous one. So this one is this interesting rosy beige color, and I actually really do like this color. I don't know if I'm absolutely head over heels in love with the style of this blouse. I do prefer a V-neck buttoned blouse more, but I'm going to keep this one because I really do love the color, and I think this kind of like blushy beige is something that I maybe would like to add a little bit more to my collection. I think this is the only piece now that I have in this color. Okay, so here we do have a really bright coral blouse. I'm going to keep it for now, however, this one is something that I might end up decluttering later. I actually wore this earlier today, and I felt that it's a little bit too bright. As I said, it's one in, one out with blouses now, so this is probably the first one that is going to leave if I happen to find a new blouse that I like better. Maybe in future I don't want to have any spring colors in my wardrobe. This is something that I bought a little bit over a year ago before I get my colors analyzed professionally, and I was then going back and forth with if I am autumn or if I am spring, and now it's really clear to me that there's really nothing spring in me except the warmth, but the spring colors, they are just too bright. But for now I'm going to keep this. Next we do have a really old, more casual checked shirt from H&M. This is something that I used to love in the later part of 2010s. Not anymore at all. This doesn't represent my style in any ways, so I am going to declutter this one. Okay, so here we do have a shirt that makes me really sad about the fact that I cannot pull off light blue. I think light blue is such a beautiful, elegant color for those who do have cool undertone. For me, it's one of those that typically it makes my skin just appear yellow in a really weird contrasting way. It's not in harmony with the blue. Especially in shirts, I would love to be able to pull it off better, but I can't, so because of that I'm going to declutter this one. However, what I will say about this piece is that I really do like the vertical stripe. I would actually like to add a shirt in this pattern in beige and white to my wardrobe. Okay, and here we do have a light blue denim shirt, and I will say this was bought like before COVID and before my pregnancies, and it's pretty obvious that it's too small for me. I was able to close it, but doesn't look too flattering. I would wear this open if I kept it, however I didn't have a top under there. Again, light blue doesn't work for me, and denim is a really casual material. There's something that it doesn't work. I still feel the previous shirt looked better because it's a little bit more classic piece. I mean, in the Kibbe I am natural body type, and then in the Kitchener Essences I'm a blend of natural, classic and angelic or ethereal. But I think denim, blue denim specifically, it's such a casual material that it often doesn't quite wipe with my whole aesthetic. So this one is a declutter. Okay, here we do have a blouse that I also thrifted this year, and this one is also from H&M. So this one I bought because of the color and because of the pattern. I thought it would be fun to have a botanical print in my wardrobe, and I do think this color is great for me. This has these muted but still warm colors. However, now that I look at this, I will say it looks a little bit like grandmother's curtains. But I'm going to keep it for now. I want to see if I get any use out of this one now in spring and summertime. Yeah, the print is maybe a little bit mature for me. I don't know. But I'm going to keep it for now. Here we do have another thrifted H&M piece. So this one is this kind of like blushy snakeskin print. I do like some animal prints, but I'm kind of picky with the colors, and snakeskin print I think is one of those that it can easily be a little bit too grayish for my taste, but I really do like the more reddish tone of this one, and I think this one looks really nice, so I'm going to keep this. However, this one is another one that I want to see if I actually get any wear out of this, because I do think you need to be a little bit brave to wear animal prints. They are kind of bold prints, and even if this one is really neutral and really great color for me, I think it is a statement to wear something like this. Speaking of animal prints, we do have another one here. This one is another thrifted one. It's from Zara. So it is a leopard print blouse. A really bold blouse, I think, but I do think a leopard print in this color is actually a really nice animal print for me. So even if the print looks slightly bolder for me than the snakeskin print, I still do think that this one is such a classic print that it's more wearable. So yeah, this one I'm going to keep, and I can see myself getting good use out of it. Here we do have another thrifted blouse. It is in this khaki green color. I think this one is from Briar. This one has these gold buttons, which I do really like. I think khaki or olive green is kind of like a tricky color for me. It's one of those that can easily give a little bit too kind of like casual and almost like military vibe. However, I think the gold buttons elevate this blouse, and also it has this nice flowing material, so it's not too thick. So I actually do really like this one, so I'm going to keep this. However, we do have another shirt in the same color. This one is from H&M. I bought it a few years ago, and this one is in lyocell. That's why I bought it, and I used to enjoy this at first. However, now I do think it's that little bit too casual vibe that this one gives. Also, this one needs to be steamed, so not the biggest fan of that. So I actually decided that I am going to declutter this one and keep the little bit more refined blouse. Okay, so now we get to the black and white stuff. We do have another checked shirt. This one is an old H&M piece. Not my style at all anymore these days, so I'm just going to declutter it. Here we do have this really weird H&M shirt in this small check print, and why I say weird is that this one is kind of oversized, but then it's really short on the sides. I think I used to enjoy this like somewhere in 2019, that's probably when I bought this, but it's just not my style anymore. This one has some pearls on the front, so they make this look a little bit more feminine, I think, but in general it's just not my style and not something that I'm going to keep. Okay, so we do have here another vertically striped shirt. However, this one is not in the same kind of like even and nice stripe than the light blue one was. So I don't like this one as much. Also, I didn't do too good steaming this one. It looks really wrinkly, so sorry about that. I just think that the combination of pure white and black is a really harsh combo on me, and it doesn't work. There's something else in this one that looks just really stiff. So not going to keep this one. And then last but not least, as you maybe know by now, in these videos I tend to wear my favorite piece in that specific category. So this is this black blouse. This one is also thrifted. I think I thrifted this a couple of years ago. The brand is Vero Moda, if I now remember correctly, and it is this black, really basic blouse. This is just my absolute favorite, like goes to my top 5 in tops, maybe even like top 3. Yeah, I would say this goes to my top 3 when it comes to tops in my entire wardrobe, because this is such a versatile piece. It can be worn throughout the entire year. I can wear it up, I can wear it down, and yeah, it's just so comfortable, looks really elegant. I love it. So it's my favorite, and yes, I know it's in black, not in my color palette, but I just do enjoy it. So of course I'm going to keep this one because I'm also wearing it today. So yeah, for now I decided to keep 10 shirts or blouses. Actually, there is really only that one white shirt, and the others I would consider are blouses. But I will say there are a few that I am kind of questioning right now. So the coral one, it's just so bright and I wore it today, so wouldn't be surprised if I still decide to declutter it later this spring. But then the printed ones, so the botanical print and the snakeskin print, I need to really try and see how I like them. Maybe there are some that I would like to add to my wardrobe, like this striped one with like beige and white striped like I talked about. But yeah, that is really everything for today. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you in my next one. Bye bye.